My fiancé's friend said, "You're just insecure. He's only a friend." She laughed along. I said, "You're right." Then I canceled the wedding venue deposit to prove I wasn't possessive. Her panic when she realized she was now single and venue-less. Original post. 32 male. Need to get this off my chest because the last few weeks have been absolutely insane. My fiancé, 29, and I were together 4 years. Engaged for 8 months. Wedding was supposed to happen in 7 weeks. Note the past tense. So about 3 months back, this guy shows up. Let's call him a yoga friend because that's where they met. My fiancé started going to yoga, getting healthy, whatever. Cool. Then suddenly she's mentioning this guy constantly. Oh, the yoga friend showed me this new breathing technique. The yoga friend recommended this smoothie place. The yoga friend and I grabbed coffee after class. At first, I didn't think much of it. She's allowed to have friends. But then it became multiple times a week. Then he was texting her constantly. Then she was laughing at her phone at all hours. I brought it up. Big mistake. Are you serious right now? He's just a friend. Why are you being so insecure? I can't believe you don't trust me. Every single time. Made me feel like I was the problem. Like I was this controlling psycho for being uncomfortable with my fiancé, spending hours with some dude who was clearly into her. I backed off. Didn't want to be that guy. Didn't want to seem jealous or possessive. So I swallowed it. Last week was my breaking point. My fiancé invited her 3 closest friends over for a wedding planning brunch. Mimosas, centerpiece samples, the whole Pinterest nightmare. I was in the kitchen making breakfast for everyone like the good future husband. That's when I heard it. Friend number 1. So be real with us. What's going on with the yoga guy? Your fiancé seems kind of pressed. I froze. Spatula in hand. Eggs sizzling. My fiancé laughed. OMG, he's so pressed. Like the guy is literally just a friend. I can't help that my fiancé has major insecurity issues. Friend number 2. Men are so fragile, though. You're allowed to have male friends. Friend number 3. For real. It's giving possessive energy. That's a red flag. They all laughed. My fiancé laughed the hardest. I know. I keep telling him he needs therapy for his trust issues. It's honestly exhausting having to constantly reassure him. I stood there listening to my future wife mock me, gaslight me to her friends' faces, validate their assessment that I'm the problem. Eggs were burning. Didn't care. I walked into the dining room. The silence was immediate and thick. "Hey, babe," my fiancé said with this fake sweet smile. "We were just talking about flowers." "No, you weren't," I said calmly. "But you're absolutely right about everything you said." She blinked. "What?" "I'm insecure. I do have trust issues. And the yoga friend is just a friend." "You're totally right." Her friends looked smug. "Victory." "See," my fiancé said, relieved. "Thank you for finally admitting it. This is growth, babe." "Definitely growth," I agreed. "In fact, I'm going to prove right now that I'm not possessive at all." I pulled out my phone, called the wedding venue, put on speaker. "Hi, this is calling about the October wedding. I need to cancel the reservation." The color drained from everyone's faces. My fiancé lunged for my phone. "What are you doing?" I stepped back, proving I'm not possessive. A possessive person would force you to marry them against your will. "I'm setting you free." The venue lady came back on. "Sir, I have to inform you that cancellations made within 60 days result in forfeiture of the full deposit." "Understood. What's the amount?" $8,200. "That's fine. Please proceed with the cancellation." My fiancé was screaming. "Are you out of your mind? That's our money." "Actually," I said, still calm. "Check the contract. My name, my credit card, my money. You didn't contribute a dime to that deposit. You can't just cancel our wedding." "I'm not canceling our wedding. I'm canceling my wedding to someone who thinks I'm an insecure, exhausting mess with trust issues. Why would you want to marry someone like that?" Friend number 2 tried to jump in. "Okay, everyone needs to just calm. You." I pointed at her. "Called me the red flag. Said I was possessive. Well, watch me be the least possessive person you've ever seen." The venue lady was still on the line, probably grabbing popcorn. "Sir, should I email the cancellation confirmation?" "Yes, please. To my email address only." "This is insane," my fiancé shrieked. This is financial abuse. Financial abuse is controlling someone else's money. This is my money, my venue, my decision. And according to you and your friends, I'm too insecure to marry anyway. I hung up, looked at all four of them frozen in shock. I'll be out tonight. Give you space to figure out your next steps. Since I'm not possessive, you're free to do whatever you want. With whoever you want. Enjoy. Walked to the bedroom. Packed a bag. Walked out. Haven't been back since. That was 5 days ago. My phone has been nuclear. Hundreds of texts from her. Voicemails. Her friends calling. Her parents calling. Her grandmother called. Everyone telling me I'm insane. I overreacted. I'm throwing away 4 years over nothing. But here's what stuck in my head. She didn't defend me. When her friends call me fragile and possessive, she agreed. Laughed about it. Made me the villain. So yeah, wedding's canceled. $8,200 gone. And I've never been more sure of a decision in my life. Cool. Cool. Update 1. Holy hell. The entitlement has reached levels I didn't think were possible. So after I canceled the venue, I stayed at a hotel. Turned off my phone for a solid 24 hours because I needed to think without the constant buzzing. When I turned it back on, over 200 messages. Most from my ex-fiancée. Yeah, I'm calling her that now because we're done. The messages evolved. First batch. Baby, please come home. We need to talk. This is crazy. Just call me. Second batch. How could you do this? My parents are freaking out. Everyone keeps asking about the wedding. You're humiliating me. Third batch. I talked to a lawyer. You can't just steal our money. This is illegal. You're going to regret this. The audacity. I'm the one humiliating her. She literally mocked me to her friends, and I'm the bad guy for taking her at her word. Then her friends started messaging. Friend number 1 sent. You humiliated her in front of us. Real mature. Maybe if you weren't so controlling, she wouldn't need attention from other men. Read that again. Wouldn't need attention from other men. She literally just admitted my fiancé was seeking attention elsewhere, and somehow I'm still the problem. But it gets so much better. My ex showed up at my office. Security called from the lobby. Sir, there's a woman here claiming to be your fiancé. She says it's an emergency. Tell her I'm not available. She's making quite a scene, sir. I didn't want her causing problems at my job, so I went down. She was in the lobby, mascara everywhere, looking frantic. Finally, she snapped. You've been ignoring me. You wanted space from your insecure fiancé. I gave it to you. That's not what I meant, isn't it? Because you told your friends I'm exhausting. Why would you want to marry someone exhausting? She looked around at security and the receptionist watching. Lowered her voice. Can we please talk somewhere private? We went to the coffee shop next door. She immediately started crying. Baby, I'm so sorry. I was just venting. Girls talk, you know. I didn't mean any of it. You spent 20 minutes making me the joke. That's not venting. I was frustrated. You kept accusing me about the yoga friend. I didn't accuse. I expressed discomfort. There's a difference. He's nothing, she insisted. I barely even see him anymore. Anymore? What changed? She stumbled. I just meant, I've been setting boundaries. After I canceled the wedding. You're twisting everything. What's twisted, I said evenly, is making me feel insane for having concerns, then mocking those concerns to your friends. She switched gears. Got angry. Do you realize the deposit is gone? $8,000 gone. You screwed us both. I screwed both of us. I laughed. Check the paperwork. My name. My money. 0 from you. We're supposed to be partners. Partners respect each other. Partners don't gaslight. Partners don't mock each other behind their backs. I can't believe you're doing this over nothing. You're right. It is nothing. Just your complete lack of respect for me. Nothing big. I stood to leave. Wait. She grabbed my arm. What about the other vendors? The photographer, the caterer. What about them? We have contracts. Deposits. I pulled out my phone. Showed her the emails. Already handled. Contacted everyone. Canceled what I could. The wedding's done. Her face went white. You already? Yep. Oh, and your cousin photographer friend? Super understanding. Said she had another wedding anyway. No hard feelings. My cousin is going to kill me. Sounds like a you problem. What am I supposed to tell people? The truth? that your insecure fiancé wasn't good enough. Your friend will back you up. I left her sitting there, got back to my office, and really looked at the vendor cancellations. Here's where it gets satisfying. Caterer, for $1,100 deposit, I paid it all. Their policy, cancellations 30 to 60 days, get 50% back. We're at 49 days. Got $2,050 refund. My credit card. My refund. Photographer, her cousin's friend, was doing us a favor, no deposit, payment day of. Lost nothing. Florist, $800 deposit. 60-plus day cancellation equals full refund. Got $800 back. DJ, $500 deposit, non-refundable. Oh well. Total, lost $8,200. Venue, plus $500. DJ equals $8,700. Got back $2,050 plus $800 equals $2,850. Net loss, $5,850. Worth every penny. Then her MOM called, left a voicemail. I don't know what my daughter did, but canceling a wedding over a fight is childish and cruel. She's devastated. We've told everyone. Our entire church knows. And now we have to tell them all it's off? You've embarrassed our whole family. I hope you're satisfied. Deleted it. Friend number 2 texted, she hasn't eaten in 2 days. She's a wreck. You made one mistake and she's punishing you like this? Grow up. One mistake. Systematic gaslighting and public humiliation is one mistake. Blocked her. Friend number 3 sent me a whole essay on Instagram. I've known her since college. She's never been this happy. You brought out the best in her. Yes, she shouldn't have talked about you, but everyone vents. You're throwing away something real over ego. The yoga guy isn't even around anymore. She cut him off after you left. She's trying, but you won't even give her a chance. That's not love. That's revenge. What's revenge? Laughing while your friends call your fiancé fragile. That's revenge. Blocked her too. The apartment situation is interesting. Leases in both names. I pay 70% of rent. She pays 30%. Lease ends in 2 months. Already started looking at new places. Gonna eat the cost and leave early. Need to be somewhere that doesn't smell like her perfume in every corner. My best friend asked if I have any regrets. Just one. I didn't record the brunch conversation. Would have saved me a lot of explaining. Update 2. Strap in because my ex went full psycho. After the coffee shop disaster, I figured she'd eventually accept reality. Maybe lick her wounds, move on. Wrong. First came the lawyer. Got an email from some dude she found online. On behalf of my client, I am informing you that your unilateral cancellation of shared wedding expenses constitutes financial misconduct. My client is entitled to 50% of all vendor refunds. Please remit $1,425 within 5 business days or face legal action. I forwarded it to my cousin, who's an actual lawyer. She called me laughing her butt off. Did she hire someone from a gas station? This is the worst demand letter I've ever seen. So I'm good. You're fine. He has 0 case. I guarantee he took her $500 consultation fee, wrote this scary letter, and he's done. She can't afford actual litigation, and he knows it. Never heard from fake lawyer again. Then her parents went nuclear. Her dad called them Y parents. Told them I stole the wedding money and abandoned their daughter. My mom called me confused. Honey, her father is saying you took money that belonged to both of you. I explained everything. The deposit in my name only, the brunch conversation, the gaslighting. Mom was quiet. Then, wanting to handle this. What does that mean? It means her mother and I are going to have a conversation. My mom called her mom. Apparently it got heated. Something about raising a daughter who mocks her partner and maybe teach her accountability instead of playing victim. Love my mom. Then came the mutual friends pressure campaign. We have this group of couple friends. Known them for years. One of them called me. Dude, this is rough. But canceling everything without trying to work it out first. That's cold. She mocked me to her friends. Call me insecure and exhausting. What's the workout? It's just pre-wedding stress, man. Everyone gets cold feet. Cold feet is I'm nervous. This was my fiancé is a joke. Different thing. She says the yoga guy is gone. She's willing to do counseling. For years is a lot to throw away. She threw it away when she chose contempt over respect. He went quiet. Then, yeah, fair enough. But here's where it got really messed up. Came home from work one evening. Apartment door was unlocked. I know I locked it. Walked in carefully. Heard sobbing from a bedroom. My ex was there, surrounded by boxes. Going through my stuff. What the hell are you doing in here? Packing my things, she sobbed. Since you clearly want me gone. How did you get in? I still have my key. I asked for that back. Well, I needed to get him my stuff. She'd been through everything. Every drawer. Every closet. Bathroom destroyed. This is taking forever, she sniffled. There's so much of us here. Should have thought about that before calling me exhausting. She spun around. Tears gone. Pure anger. You know what? I'm glad this happened. Glad I saw who you really are before we got married. My true colors. I laughed. That's incredible. You're cruel. You canceled our wedding to prove a point. I canceled because you don't respect me. I do. You literally called me insecure and exhausting to your friends. I was venting about your fiancé days before the wedding. That's not venting, that's contempt. She started crying again. Different tears. Manipulative ones. I love you. Doesn't that matter? Not when there's no respect. Love without respect is just obligation. She packed 3 boxes and left. Left her key on the counter with a note. Hope you're happy. You destroyed everything because of your ego. I'll never forgive you. Cool. But then came the really dirty move. Got a call from my apartment complex manager. Sir, we received a complaint. Anonymous report of domestic disturbance at your unit. Yelling. Objects being thrown. My blood went cold. What? We have to investigate all complaints. I live alone. There's no domestic anything happening. Still need to do a welfare check. Building manager and security came. Went through my place. Everything was fine. Nothing broken. Everything looks normal, the manager said, confused. Because there's nothing wrong. This is my ex-fiancée. She's harassing me. I showed him everything. The texts. The fake lawyer letter. All of it. This is a false report, I said firmly. I need documentation that your investigation found nothing. Because if she pulls this again, I need a paper trail. We'll note it in your file. Not good enough. I need a written statement emailed to me that says you investigated and found 0 evidence of disturbance. He did it. I forwarded it to my lawyer cousin immediately. She responded, perfect. Keep everything. One more stunt like this, and we file for a restraining order. But the harassment didn't stop there. Got a message request on social media from the yoga friend. Didn't open it. Just blocked immediately. Then friend number 1 texted, she's on antidepressants now because of you. Can barely function. All because you had to win. Hope it was worth it. Blocked. Friend number 2, you're destroying her over your ego. Everyone sees through this. You're not the victim here. Blocked. My ex started posting cryptic Instagram stories. Song lyrics about betrayal. Quotes about narcissists. Never tagged me, but everyone knew. Deleted my Instagram entirely. Don't need that energy. Last night found another note under my door. The man I loved was kind and understanding. I don't know who you are anymore. If he's still in there, please call me. I miss him. I miss us. Threw it away without reading past the first line. My lawyer cousin called this morning. You need to block every single person connected to her. Document everything. Every text, call, note, visit. Everything. You think she'll escalate more? She already made a false domestic violence report. That's serious. Protect yourself. So now I'm living in this apartment that doesn't feel like mine. Sleeping in a bed that's too big. Looking at empty spaces where her stuff was. Do I regret canceling the wedding? Not even a little. Do I wish things were different? Every damn day. But you don't marry someone who doesn't respect you. Even if you love them. Even if it costs you $5,850 and half your friends. Lease ends in 6 weeks. Already found a new place. Time to actually move on for real. Final update. This is it. Final update, because I need to close this chapter completely. The last few weeks were a mix of her slowly accepting reality and me rebuilding my life. Here's how it all ended. Week after the last update, she tried a new strategy, sending mutual friends as mediators. Our couple friends, the ones we vacationed with, did holidays with, started reaching out. Not to take sides, they claimed, but to facilitate healing. One of them someone I consider a real friend, called. Look, she wants to talk. Really talk. She's open to couples counseling, working through everything. We're not a couple, but you were for 4 years. That's worth fighting for. She threw it away when she mocked me to her friends. She regrets it. Come on, people make mistakes. The mistake wasn't what she said. It was that she was comfortable saying it. That contempt didn't develop overnight. Long silence. So you're really done? Would you marry someone who called you exhausting to their friends? Even longer silence. No, probably not. At least he was honest about it. Then she tried the money angle again. Started texting me itemized lists of contributions she'd made. Groceries over 2 years, $3,000. Furniture I bought, $1,400. Gifts for you, $700. Total owed, $5,100. I sent back. Rent differential. I paid 70%, $16,800. Utilities when you were short, $850. That trip to the coast, I paid for, $2,900. Total, $20,550. Venmo, whenever. She never mentioned money again. The real turning point came at the grocery store. Ran into her aunt. The cool aunt who always joked I was her favorite nephew-in-law to be. Hey, she said gently. Can we talk? We sat in the store's little cafe area. She bought us both coffee. My niece told us her version of events. She started. About the wedding, everything. I nodded. Then I talked to her mother. Her friends. I pieced together what actually happened. Okay. She humiliated you, the aunt said quietly. At that brunch, I heard the whole story from friend number one's mother. How they were laughing about you being insecure. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's not okay. Her mother enables way too much bad behavior. Always has. But that doesn't excuse it. Thanks for saying that. Not everyone in the family thinks you're wrong. Some of us get why you did what you did. Extreme? Sure. But I get it. First time anyone from her side acknowledged I might not be the villain. She's moving back home, the aunt continued. Can't afford the place alone. Her parents are letting her stay with them. How's she doing? Not great. But that's not your problem anymore. I know. Do you? She looked at me carefully. My niece is very good at making people responsible for her emotions. Don't carry guilt that isn't yours. We talked for another 20 minutes. About red flags I'd ignored. About enabling. About patterns. When we left, she hugged me. You'll be okay. Better than okay. You'll find someone who respects you the way you deserve. Since then, radio silence. No more texts. No more letters. No more friends messaging. Found out through the grapevine she's telling people we wanted different things and the timing wasn't right. Saving face. Whatever helps her sleep. The lease ended last week. Moved to a 1-bedroom on the other side of town. Fresh start. No memories. Packing up was harder than I thought. Found little things. Photos. Notes she used to leave. A guitar strap she bought me. I play guitar. She always said my straps were ugly. The strap made me sad for a minute. Not because I miss her, but because I'm mourning what I thought we had. The relationship I believed in. The future I'd planned. But what we actually had. That's different. What we actually had was someone who didn't respect me. Who thought I was insecure and exhausting. Who laughed when her friends called me possessive. Can't build a marriage on that. Final walkthrough of the old place. Made sure I had everything. Cleaned so her parents couldn't claim I trashed it. Building manager nodded when I dropped the keys. Good luck. Thanks. Been doing this 15 years, he said. I can tell which breakups are temporary and which are final. This one's final. You're making the right call. Meant a lot to hear that. First night in the new place, I slept on an air mattress. Furniture wasn't delivered yet. Ordered pizza. Drank a beer. Sat on my balcony looking at the city. My best friend texted, "How's the new spot?" "Good. Quiet. You all right?" "Yeah, actually am." And I meant it. Do I wish things ended differently? Sure. I wish she'd never mocked me. I wish she'd respected me enough to have honest conversations instead of gaslighting me. I wish her friends hadn't validated her disrespect. But they did. And she did. And I responded by taking her assessment of me seriously. If I'm so insecure and possessive, why would she want to marry me? I just agreed with her. Cost me $5,850. Cost me a 4-year relationship. Cost me friends who bought her victim story. But it saved me from a lifetime of being mocked, from being the punchline, from questioning my sanity because someone I loved made me feel crazy. The guitar strap is in a box somewhere. Maybe I'll toss it. Maybe I'll keep it as a reminder that love isn't enough without respect. New place. New chapter. No fiancé calling me exhausting. No wedding planning with someone who thinks I'm a problem. No more gaslighting myself because she convinced me I was paranoid. Just me, my stuff, and a future that doesn't include someone who couldn't defend me when I wasn't in the room. That's worth more than any wedding. Peace out, Reddit. Time to move forward.